Today we're going to talk about lower back and hip pain. Yes, hip and lower back. We're going to do most tests as possible. You can use all those tests, and I'm explaining why we're doing those tests. As you remember, yeah, you can just, here we go. So postural visual first. What we're doing, we check we look at the person, how he looked like posturally, okay? So the first one, for the hip, for the lower back pain, I'm looking at the ankle first. So I'm looking for ankle, if any collapsing, if any inversion, eversion, and I believe, if I look at this from this side, she's kind of pretty good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's actually really good. It's some little changes up here, but it's not significant. The next one, I'm just gonna check the knee, place this right above the patella, and it's almost even. Yeah, it's perfect. What I'm looking for here, yes. What I'm looking for here, I'm looking for find this anterior sacroiliac bone and just drop my fingers a little bit below. And you know what? It's not that bad. You see this? It's actually really great. It's almost even, but most of the time what you're going to see, you're going to see uneven. It's just because we lean from one side more to another. We're sitting differently. Something like big disorder. What I'm looking for here, let me pull this down here. How to find those grooves. So you find that anterior sacroiliac bone part, and you just drop your fingers right inside, and you're gonna feel it. And this is how you measure. And actually, as you can see, the JB, just a bone guy. This is our guy. He have this hip is a little bit higher. So something going on with this ilium, and this is disorder. So you probably have a pain, and as you can see, it's right in here. All right. So this is the visual for the lower back. Now I'm gonna ask her to do side position and see if we have any lower cross syndrome. What's the lower cross syndrome? It's when your pelvis is tilted forward. Can you tilt it a little bit forward? Yeah, she compensates. So it's right in here. You got this unusual big curve on lower body. What's this cause? Some muscle get really tight, some muscle get really inhibit. It's usually in lower cross syndrome, your glutes is weak, your front muscle, your hip flexor is really tight, your OAS is tight. And what people do, they experience lower back pain in this case, and what they do, they start working on those OAS muscle. They start do crunches. Muscle is already tight, and you make it more tighter. So you make it more tilted forward and more problems for yourself. You need to work on your glutes, okay? Come back up here. Hamstring statically stretch. So important, really important to know what muscle is inhibit, what muscle is tight. Hypertonicity. And that's what you do. You stretch hypertonic muscle and inhibit muscle. Don't stretch inhibit muscles, and this is because it's going to cause more pain. That's why we're doing those tests, okay? We look at this. We not cause people more pain. We try to help people. The more knowledge we are, the more we're going to help. And so always pay attention. She actually had a little bit lower dose. Mm-hmm. So now I'm looking for this posterior bone. So she's already experienced pain. We're gonna do, sounds like SI joint pain, okay? So this is the next test. We do visualize everything. We'll see this knee is a little bit collapsed. Like I said, it's all different cases. You just pay attention to those people. I can see she have a little bit of rotation in her spine. So this hip is forward. Yeah, and now we're gonna do tests. So the first simple test, you're gonna ask your customer, get your feet together. Put your feet together. Okay, so what we're doing here, we check if anything posturally not right. So what I'm gonna ask her to slowly slide your hands down and touch your toes. And what I'm looking for, if she shift the weight back, go ahead. Yeah, you can slide off and try to touch. Okay. she's really flexible, but you see what's happening? She don't shift that weight back. So usually it's people flexible, yoga people, they don't have that shift. And that's really can cause the problem. Now, look, if she rounded up here, she's not rounded. You see, she's really kind of straight up here, nothing round. We're looking for a nice curve, but it's not actually here. She's completely like a table up here. Yeah, I can do picnic up here. So, but she rounded here, and that's what tell me something going on. Go, come up. She's, yeah, Marina, she's do yoga, and that's what's going on. She's really flexible, but she experienced lower back pain. That's kind of nonsense, right? I do yoga, I do exercise, but I still have a lower back pain, and that's what the test is for. She's completely flat in lumbar area, and she don't shift the weight back. So if you see me, what I'm doing, I'm shift my weight, but you see, I'm shifting my hip back. And that's mean my hip is working, I'm loaded, yeah, but she's, yeah, you see it's hard for you. We have to find out, and you can see this little twisting in her spine here, okay? Now we can tell if any lower back pain, lower back caused the ankle. So sometimes ankle, they cause the pain, and this is really good test. You just can spread your leg a little bit, and what I'm looking for, ask her to do squat as lower as possible and stay there. Just squat. All the way down.
Good.
I don't know, is that good enough? Is that good for you guys?
I'm going.
Yeah, so, yeah, you can do all the way down. You feel comfortable?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's really great. And come up there. But in the beginning, she was kind of right in here, and that's what she's probably do. But yes, you're right. Squat, it's a straight back, and you have to go all the way down. You see, your chest have to be up. Yeah. Most people, they right in here. Let's let Laura come up here. Laura, come up here. Can you do squat for us? Let's see. Yeah, go ahead. Let's see. Can you dig in there and stay in there?
Stay.
Like
this?
Yeah, you see, she's kind of raised a little bit ankle problem, but yeah, she's not that bad. She's kind of collapsing here. We have a different problem. We have a little bit thoracic problem. Usually what people do, they come up here and that's it. They can't even go down and they bend forward. That's because the ankle problems, okay? So this is kind of little test what you can do to tell if this problem with the back. Next one, we're gonna do single leg, and what I want you to do, just kind of stay in single leg, and I'm gonna apply here, and you kind of bend. Do you experience any pain?
No.
Okay, look what I'm doing here. So the client standing in one leg, a little bit lower up here, and I'm applying on this side, which is she's standing up, and ask her to a little bit extend. Do you feel any pain?
No.
Okay, good. Let's change the leg. And I'm come up here and ask her to extend. Do you experience any pain?
No.
No? Okay. So sometimes people feel that pain. This is SI joint, okay, with loading position, but we can do special test. Okay, so remember this test. Now we can see if the hip's any problem. We can go ahead, raise the leg and stay up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. She's a little kind of wobbling, but let's switch and see the other side. 1, 2. You don't need to go like that high, right here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there we go. You see? So we have some ankle problems, and it's might be the only hip problems too. This is the simple test, but it's gonna tell you something going on. Most people, they start shifting here. Just watch that. Just watch that thing. It's really important to not the customer shift. All right. So we're still doing those tests, and now we're gonna focus on lumbar area and S1. So when I ask her, this is L4, L5, I'm asking her to walk on the heels. So just like that, go ahead, walk on the heels, And what I'm looking for, which is lower, which is higher, and which is the struggling. She's not that bad, but yeah, you can see the left one is a little bit struggling, right? That's why you feel it? Yeah. You feel more like on the left side?
No, I don't feel that.
Yeah, I mean, she's not that
You
bad.
can't see, but
She's not bad, but let's ask Laura to do the same thing.
So you do it without shoes on, right?
Yes. Which one you feel a little bit struggling?
no.
No, you don't feel struggling? Okay, L4, L5, that's great. So yeah, ask your customer to walk on the heels and see if any changes. Some people, yes, one leg is just really low.
Upper, the other
Yeah,
ones?
yeah.
So
this is what you're looking
that's
for.
the hip problem, yeah?
Yeah, it's L4, L5. So people are doing this way usually, and that's gonna tell you this side is struggling. So which is lower. Now you can try to walk on your toes, and just walk. Yeah. Yeah, and you can see on the Laura right there. Look at the Laura. Yeah. Which one? You're struggling on your left, right?
Left. My left leg is a little bit longer than right.
Yeah, that's because the problem with the hips.
Yeah.
Let's try you, David. Like walk on the heels. I can chop it off. Don't worry.
Here, let me do
So this is we focus on the S1 in lumbar. So when you walk on your heels, this is for lumbar L4, L5 test. If people feel pain and it's weak, that's gonna tell you there's something going on up here. And if you walk on the toes, it's an S area, S1. Okay. So this is kind of good test. Just ask him to walk and see how you walk. Even normal walk, people like
Yeah.
walk differently. I make this good video about the seniors. I just walked at the park yesterday, and people, as you can see, they walk like this. Like most people, that one arm is not moving, or they one hip is not, and they try to run with this.
Sometimes I feel I'm walking on this side because I have a pain here. Sometimes I feel like this.
Yeah, that's
It's again the hip.
because you lean on one side. You're
Yeah,
probably
because
sitting there.
When I walking, I have a pain here, this side.
Yeah, that's why we need to do tests today
Oh.
and to find out what's the problem. All right, so now we're gonna ask the clients sit down tiny bit on the table. You can sit down right here. Okay. This is Thomas test, a little bit forward, tiny bit. And this is what we're looking for, how tight the hip flexors and relationship between hips and hip flexors. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna bring her both knee up. And which one would test, we're gonna drop it down. So she's gonna slowly, by herself, hold one and drop another one. So you just, whatever you wanna test. You wanna test left one, I want you to drop down slowly and just release. Just completely try to relax. So what we're looking for, if this is more than 90 degrees, it's actually not bad. You see, it's actually perfect. It's actually really perfect. She might be a little bit tight on her hip flexors and quadriceps muscles. Here it's perfect, straight 90 degrees. It's not like that. Most people it's right in here. She's actually really good. And the hips is straight, the leg is go straight down. So most people is going to the side. And let's do other leg. Yeah, you can do a little bit faster than that. See, that's why I don't like yoga people to do. I mean, it's perfect stuff, but they still feel pain because, yes, Laura's gonna do that too. Perfect again, perfect here, perfect here. I don't think she have tight hip flexors, so we have to find out why is the pain with her. So that was the test, Thomas test. Do this to your customers every time before the treatment, and you'll find a lot of interesting good stuff about your customer. Okay, Laura, please come up here. You will see the different stuff right now. That's okay. Yeah, just sit. No, she's not poor. Why we call her poor? We have to call her rich.
Yes.
You're Magnin, right? Your Toz is Magnin.
Exactly.
So she's just tight. And you see, she's actually struggling to get this 120 degrees, but that's okay. And go ahead, drop one. And you see how her knee is coming out
Oh,
this way to the side. You see,
Yeah.
it's not going straight; it's going to the side.
Yeah.
To the left. And you can see now here how tight she's here and how leg is up here. Look, you see? Boom. You see she's trying to fight, but it's still coming up. So she have quadriceps tight, hip flexors tight, and maybe posterior chain is tight too. And definitely problem with the hips because it's come to the laterally. Go ahead, yes, switch and drop this one.
Oh, it's
Boom.
going.
Yeah, you see it's coming out. It's not coming straight. And she's trying to, yeah, you have to make sure that it's completely flat on the table. So this is the thing. This is the cool test, and you can tell your customer. Yeah.
It should be like this.
Yes.
Oh, it's going.
Yeah.
And what you do, you can do the treatment right away. You can press up here, come up here, and just hold it, and you're doing that. You already
This side
stretch.
or
Yes,
this side?
Yeah.
it's good straight.
Yeah, this is good stretch right here. You can step inside. I'm gonna show you how to do the stretch. You place this one straight, make sure it's straight. You place your hand not on the knee, you push right on that quadriceps. You can get this foot a little bit middle line if she's not, and just push this way. Okay, and ask her to hold and breathe. Most problem people start breathing because they don't know how to breathe. And ask her, do you feel any pain, any discomfort?
Here, I
Is
feel
it
good
stretch?
stretch, yes.
Good. Stretch is okay, but not the pain. So in this case, we're doing right thing, we stretch her right away. It's a like test and stretching, okay? And we can switch, okay?